You want to hang up crown molding or picture frame molding in your house, but you've never used a miter saw before and it's a little scary. Do you actually need power tools, or can you just use something else, and what should you look for when you're buying one? If you're like me, then you might have tried to side skirt using power tools by getting either miter shears or a miter box. Miter shears can be great for these quick cuts, especially on thin molding, but do note if you're cutting wood, you need to apply a fair amount of pressure. Now imagine doing this 200 more times throughout your project. And unfortunately, if you're doing crown molding, these probably aren't going to fit at all across your molding. Cue the miter box. You can use this with a handsaw to get all of your standard miter cuts. I cannot imagine using this for an entire project. It's very tedious, and unfortunately the cuts just aren't that clean. If you've decided that an actual miter saw is for you, here's a few features to keep in mind when you're buying one. Sliding miter saw with these rails on it will allow you to cut much larger material. However, if all you ever plan to do with it is molding, you probably don't need this feature and can save the money. Additionally, you'll see the option between a double and a single bevel. A single bevel only tilts in one direction, as opposed to the double bevel that tilts in both directions. The benefit to this is ultimately just time saving, as you don't have to flip around your piece to cut the other side, but if you want to save the money, it is by no means required. Finally, in terms of price, a miter saw will run you anywhere from about $150 to $500 depending on the features and the brand of the saw that you get. Anyway, let me know what questions you have and stay tuned for the Dummy's Guide to Molding.